the small chillins. Good reference to Night Marionette, actually. Oh, there you go. Night Marionette. There you go. Great. I see you. And welcome to GT Not Live, where today we're getting back to what we do best, our bread and butter here on the channel, some FNAF content. We have not done FNAF content in some time.
It's been so long, dude.
It's been 500 years since FNAF content. But really, like, how long has it been at this point?
Oh my God. Like,
it was before Poppy. Wasn't it?
Dare I say, was it Help Wanted 2?
I was gonna say, I believe it was us reacting to the trailer of the new FNAF game.
Oh, Into the Pit, yes.
I believe so. Here, wait, hold up. There's a new John FNAF. He found the clue that solves FNAF security breach.
John FNAF found it?
John FNAF!
Oh my God.
That was not the content that we were gonna react to. That was 30 minutes ago. This is brand new content.
We could be really on top of it.
We could be super on top of that FNAF content.
Oh my God, hi, John.
Do we pivot in this moment and throw away our plans to react to the horror attraction by none other than Battington?
What could be more GT Live?
Or we could throw it all away and react to the 3-hour breakdown of Twilight by ContraPoints.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If you thought our reactions to 15 minutes of FNAF content were 3-parters, wait till you see our reactions to 3 hours of Twilight content by ContraPoints.
We'll have to keep changing the background as we react to different sections. Put you in different snazzy suits. Very nice suit top, by the way.
Thank you. I thought I'd get dressed up today.
I appreciate it.
We've got, it's a big week.
It is. Huge.
There's a lot happening.
Huge.
Huge week. Big moments. Speaking of, so you think in the back of your mind about whether you'd want to do horror attraction or John FNAF.
Oh boy.
Me, meanwhile, I'm gonna open up the conversation around, like, you ever have those moments in your life that feel like turning of pages, and that you sit there and you know that a chapter is closing, or something about it is changing? So for instance, I look back on my life, and there was a moment after my 5th grade graduation where I was, when you're a kid, spending 5 years in the same building at the same school is a big deal, right? And then I was getting ready to move on to middle school, right? And I was like the student government president, whatever degree that exists when you're in elementary school, stuff like that. And so I was, I was always really gung-ho about school, and I was with all my teachers, and I loved all of them, and that was I love that school. I went to this elementary school that was very unique, and I had a lot of pride in the school, this and that. And I remember after 5th grade graduation, the school dies down, and all the families have kind of moved out, because it's the end of the day, and everyone's kind of getting ready to go home or whatever, and mingling out front. And I remember me standing back and having a moment to just process. The school was getting quiet, and I just was kind of there, and it felt kind of alone, and I was able to look around. And even back then, to whatever degree of a 5th grader understood that idea of oh, I'm leaving this place and it changes from here. I don't know if I'll ever see it again. Spoiler alert, I did go back and do a couple projects there, science fair projects at my school, but you're leaving it and your relationship with that place changes, right? And so there was that moment of processing that, and that was really meaningful. Same thing with leaving high school, not so much middle school, but high school, same thing, where I remember very distinctly, it was towards the end of the year, and I was sitting, fortunately, Medina has this beautiful theater. It's rivals professional theaters. It's incredible. So lucky to have gone to such a amazing school, public. And it was one of those things where I remember sitting at the edge of the stage while everyone else was gone. It was after rehearsal, it was late, and the whole theater was kind of darkened, and I just saw all the seats out there. And I had spent so many hours in this building, and I was looking at it, and it was quiet, and I was just there in my thoughts, and processing again that idea of I'm not coming back to this place. This place changes for me in this moment as this page turns over. And there's a couple other moments like that when I remember when Steph and I bought our first house, and there was that day of I'm leaving this apartment complex and we're moving into this place that, for all I knew at the time, I'm going to be living here for who knows how many years. And I'm becoming a fully fleshed adult now because now I own a house and that's a thing. And so there was that moment there too. But it feels like this week I've had one of those moments as well, where it's like, recognizing that at this point, everything for the final episode is shot. We did that yesterday, and last night processing that. And we'll probably talk more about this next Monday on GT Live, just because that's the one coming after the kind of Matpat's final theory. But yeah, you have those moments where you like process and you're like, oh, a chapter has turned and something has changed. And so I did a lot of processing and cathartic last night with that. I don't know. So that's me just talking randomly. You ever have those moments, or is that just me, Ash?
Oh my gosh, no, I absolutely have those moments, and it usually hits me when I'm sitting on the couch, or I'm in bed at night, or I'm waiting in traffic and just staring off into the distance.
Really? And you just have them in kind of more random places, and you just kind of, that's your moment to process?
Yeah, it just hits me all at once, and then I end up with these really vivid memories of mundane scenes, but they're changed because of how I felt.
Interesting, yeah.
So that's where I end up doing a lot of my processing.
Yeah.
And then I just memorize a lot of really strange street corners because of that.
Yeah, you're like, I was on the corner of Elm and Vine on that one. And it's just,
yeah, kind of.
I cried a lot that day.
I did.
That's
funny.
funny.
It's like, ooh, this street sign kind of hits different now.
That's really funny. Yeah, mine tend to be in like random empty buildings that are quiet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
I know. So anyway, I don't know. Do you have those experiences in your life? Do you mark the time with those? I've gotten to the point where I try to record them. Like if you would go through my like phone log, it would be like just a random video of nothing. Basically, it looks like, where it's just like I need to record this moment or like this place where this happened, just so that way I have it for my record, just so I know that it existed and help to remind myself of that moment where I felt those emotions. But yeah, it's one of those that just, it sticks with me, and that's the way I process a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, even now, like being here and recording this with you feels a lot different for me, right?
Does it really?
Well, because of yesterday when we filmed your final episode, like I was watching one of your departures. Yeah. And it was in that moment where I was processing that this was actually
like
happening.
20 of them. That's the crazy thing.
There was a lot of him leaving.
I've been leaving for a long time. Yeah, no, totally.
Dad keeps leaving for milk, and he does it in a different way each time.
Well, and to be honest, like that was like when Steph and I were like talking, and when we talked to Jason about this too, and we're like, hey, we want to give people a 10-week timer, and we want there to be a time for the creative director to step in, but we want it to be a clean break. And when we were mapping out kind of the departure process, one of the things that we were actually hoping for was like, hey, we kind of want people to be sick of me at a certain point, because like it lends itself to other people stepping in and hey, I'm eager to have these new people come in and be fresh voices and have this transition process done. And I started to see a little bit of that with some of the comments where I'm like, oh, he's still around, or like, what's he still? And so it's good. I feel like that we achieved that, which is good. But yeah, it's been an interesting kind of like stepwise process. I think it's also important to note, like, right, when you run 5 channels that upload sometimes 11, 12 times a week, which is crazy.
Yeah. Like
that's a lot of Matpat, and that's a lot of removing, like unwinding of Matpat from a lot of those steps in that process. And so it could be just like, hey, one and done, peace out on game theory, but then that's ignoring everyone who just watches style theory or food theory or whatever. And we've seen over the years how a lot of those communities still have overlap, but they've really grown out into their own, and you have to respect all of them equally. So
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so we're different now. Are we still cool over here?
Oh, we are still so cool. It's just, it's made it real for me that even though you're going to be here on GT Live for a while, there will be a day where you're not.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been doing this for literally almost 2 years now. Yeah. And I really value our banter time, man.
Oh, I value it too. We can still banter off screen.
We still can. Yeah. But sometimes that energy in the studio just can't be matched.
No, Steph and I talked about that the other day too, where it was, you know, you can say, like, saying goodbye to food theory was especially tough because, again, it was, and it was similar to when Steph left GT Live, where, you know, it was a different facet of our relationship, right? Like, we are tight as anything outside of all this, and we literally do everything together as much as we can together because we're best friends. And it's one of those things where food theory, and like something you can cook or you can play games, right? but something is different when it's a performance, right? When there's a camera on and you know people are going to watch it and you know it's meant to be entertaining for an audience. Like, you relate to someone differently because there's that added element of theatricality to it. And I really value her and that part of our relationship because I think she's a really talented performer and I think we bounce off of each other really well and I have a lot of fun performing with her. And it's, to say goodbye to that's always tough. So even though we're like, we're still gonna do cooking projects and wacky cooking projects, there's still that like added layer of like, but it's not like wacky performing cooking projects. Same thing with you, like, I really value you as a scene partner. And it's, oh my gosh, you're so sad. I'm
okay.
We have time. It's okay.
I know. I'm
we
sorry.
Have time. It's okay. But no, I think you are fantastic, and I am so grateful to have you as a scene partner. And Witty Banter. Like, we can have the wittiest of banters.
The wittiest, for sure.
Well, maybe we can pretend the camera's on us or something like that.
Yeah, just a fun game of pretend.
So anyway, that episode hasn't gone up yet, and it will be going up. And all this week, all the finale videos are going up. Like, I believe today, if everything has gone according to plan, Style Theory should have gone up. My final Style Theory, where I get my glow up. But so what are we doing today? Are we reacting to who? John FNAF or Battington?
So
Make a call.
I'm going to say Battington.
Battington.
I think John's video just came out.
Yep.
Let's let it cook.
I agree.
Let's let it simmer, and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
So go watch John FNAF's video now, and that way when we react to it, y'all can kind of get in on that dialogue.
That is the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Battington. We've reacted to Battington, obviously, a bunch of times on the channel, both Battington's original series, as well as their kind of their take on the FNAF franchise with their kind of Fazbear Frights series, their training tapes, things like that. So today, we're reacting to the horror attraction, and based on the fact that it's 23 minutes long, we'll probably be reacting to it at least one other time.
Woo!
Unless some miracle has happened, which I doubt that's gonna be. So without any further ado, I don't think you need much more preamble. I have been very adamant about how much I love Battington's work in the past. I continue to encourage you to check out the channel because it's incredible, and I am very excited about what this is because I'm assuming with a name like The Horror Attraction, it is going to be about Fazbear Frights, right? That's super exciting. So I'm curious what they're going to do with it. So without any further ado, here is The Horror Attraction. Let us watch. Let us cook. Let's cook. Following footage contains flashing lights, loud noises, and graphic imagery. Viewer discretion is advised. Take that for what it is.
Make of that what you will.
Yeah, let's interpret that. Oh.
Freddys is having a grand reopening at the Washington County.
Oh, this is delightful already.
Relive the terrifying tales of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
This is so good. I'm sorry, I'm so hyped about this already. Oh, this looks so legit. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. And we're already getting previews of what everyone looks like. I mean, here's the thing. I love this because the concept of the Fazbear Frights, or sorry, the concept of, I guess it is Fazbear Frights, of FNAF 3, right? Where, hey, we collected all this memorabilia from this like murder pizzeria and we turned it into like a spooky horror walkthrough experience. It's such a cool concept, but like you never truly get to experience it, right? Like you don't really get to experience it in the game because the game just feels like a FNAF game and you're stuck in one room and sure you can peek at things, but you don't feel it, right? And I think the closest you ever got to something like this was the game Glitched Attraction, which we played here, which gave you that, another traumatic memory. A lot of hours spent on that one. But it gave you that sense of like, we're going through an attraction themed around this franchise, right? But seeing a real life, like, this is like literally like a haunted house experience, and in the style that they would promote something like this on like a local TV news station or like a local TV channel, with very rudimentary camera angles and like, this is so cool. I love this already because it's finally realizing what is probably one of the coolest things about FNAF and one of the coolest settings and creations that they've ever done. I am curious about what the heck this thing is supposed to be though. I did want to go back. Like this is the first image that you get of this horror attraction. What is this? Is this Cupcake?
Yeah.
Oh, and this is this from his other series? Is it?
Like Harmony and Horror?
Yeah.
I mean, the clown lends itself to that.
Right? That effect looks a lot like it, doesn't it? Is that just a little Easter egg, Battington? Is this a united world? That would be crazy if they were sharing a canon, and all of a sudden you had the like characters of Five Nights at Freddy's sharing a world with the Harmony and Horror characters.
Oh man, just a YouTube analog horror multiverse of madness.
I can't wait for the Super Smash Brothers where Bendy is punching Freddy in the groin. Pew! Ha ha! Bendy!
I mean, it would look really cool, that blending of animations.
And then Hello Neighbor comes in and smacks everyone with a weird mannequin or shoves them in a cardboard box.
Oh my gosh. It's like the final smash for the Mandela catalog. They're just like changing their faces and the pure shock of it blasts them away.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I just want to sit here and think about what a crossover Smash Brothers game of indie horror franchises would look like. Like you have a guy from the back rooms in his like yellow suit, like running around, like lassoing people with like red rope or whatever. That's his toss. Oh, that would be amazing. Please, someone make that happen. Hey, we're 16 seconds in. Let's continue with the reacting, shall we? Let's rewatch this again though, because I love this.
Freddy's is having a grand reopening.
And he's using all his models for stuff like this. This is great. These angles and these swoops, great.
Tales of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza at Fazbear Frights.
Awesome. Awesome. What a great logo, too. Like, oh, it's Springtrap. I mean, this is about as well realized of the concept as I would have ever asked for. Like, Scott should be contacting Battington and be like, hey, let's make this a reality. I would love to see this.
The horror attraction. Tickets are now available.
They even have this? Oh, at hurricanehaunts.com. Can we go to hurricanehaunts.com? I'm just really curious now. For those of you who don't know, hurricanehaunts.com. Hurricane is a reference to where it is set in the books, in the book trilogy, where apparently that did not work at all. Oh, there it is. They the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, obviously set in Hurricane. So that's what they do. Can you get your guides? Convenient and flexible cancellation of 24 hours. So there's something here? It's like there's something here. Like it's not just a blank broken link. It's just odd that it's not, because it's Freddy Fazbear official merch.
I mean, I've landed on sites like this where I type a URL in wrong and then there's just a bunch of random links on there.
Weird. Huh. Fascinating. All right, so that's a horror attraction.
Did
there
that
we go.
shirt say Philip?
Wait, where? It does. Philip, it's your custom gamer shirt.
Philip Birthday Boy 6.
Yeah, for the Philip Birthday Boy 6. Come be a part of the show. Custom gamer shirt, Freddy's game matching.
Oh, Matt, do you want a custom gamer shirt?
Man, I know your birthday's coming up soon, Ash. Do you want me to get you Philip Birthday Boy? Maybe I'd customize it to Ash.
I would love to be Ash Birthday Boy 6.
Okay. Ash Birthday Boy 6. I'll work out of here. Let me bookmark it for you. I'll pull it up another window.
I mean, for $5, that's a steal.
It's a steal, man. I'm getting a great deal, honestly. Happy birthday to you, Ash.
Thank you, Matthew. Very cool.
Yeah, the coolest. Fazbear Frights. Here we go. Also, shout out to anyone who didn't know this, that there was a horror attraction. There was a horror attraction done in Vegas in the early days of FNAF. It was a very shockingly early version of the franchise where they did this in Vegas at Circus, and they had a horror walkthrough of FNAF. There's, I think, a video or two of it that still exists online. And the iconic image of Scott Cawthon that exists is from that event, I believe, where he met Corey X. Kenshin and 8-Bit Ryan and some of the other guys. Super wacky. I feel like they should redo it now that it's become more of a franchise and it's a movie and this and that. It feels more appropriate to do it now than it did way back then. But it's one of those premature things in the history of FNAF that you're like, oh, that's a thing that they did. That's fascinating. Phone dude. It's doing well for itself. Yeah, gnarly dude. Screamer! That's awesome. This is great. This looks like so much fun. Also, people love horror stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was packed like this. Vanessa?
Oh.
I see you. Oh, man. Oh man.
Oh man, the lore implications of this.
Stop using the same names. Vanessa, aka I bet she goes by Ness, huh? Hopefully she doesn't touch like a circuit board and her brain gets possessed by something. Or maybe she's nothing. Maybe she's a cop. Maybe she's Vanessa from the movie. Who knows? Who knows?
No, that's not what happened. So apparently, they use a corpse as a decoration.
Oh, it's a ride.
Ew, that is like so disgusting.
Wow, that's so disgusting.
Yeah, it was.
Derek. Darek?
Like Derek?
Yeah, like it should, right? It's Derek. I've never met a Derek who spells it that way.
I mean, I guess it's the more literal, like, dare.
Dare K. Yeah, maybe his name isn't Derek. Maybe it's Dare K.
Dare, K.
Dare K. It's all in the subtlety too.
Yeah.
Dare K.
Oh, jeez.
Smell like Count Barcelona over here from last Halloween.
Yeah, it would smell like Count Barks a lot. Count Chocula's rejected
So
cousin.
you don't pee your pants.
Shut up.
Oh, Derek's gonna die some horrible fate based on the way he's behaving.
Oh, man.
If I know horror media, Derek is gonna get just the worst of deaths.
Whoa, sorry, kid. It's only 3 per card.
Hey, guys.
Oh my god, Derek!
Guys, what about George?
Wow, he's a big man. It was fun. So make sure you don't.
Wow, it's big. This is big to do. Who is this? Foxy? This is Foxy, right? Freddy and Foxy. So this is what we saw in the commercial. This is awesome. This is great. I would ride the heck out of this thing. Although to be fair, I would also be terrified. Like this sort of stuff actually kind of like freaks me out. Spook. Oh, awesome! Awesome! Yellow bear? Ooh, ooh. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's also so scary.
If I saw that in real life, I might actually pee myself.
Right? I mean,
Then and there.
Derek was right. So Count barfs a lot.
Yeah, solid advice.
Right? That is awesome. Like, that's a great jump scare. I remember one time, Steph and I have this debate about what is the scariest ride at Disney. We've had this conversation on GT Live before, and I say Pinocchio, largely because the Pinocchio dark ride in Disneyland, California, it was poorly maintained for a while, and so half the lights didn't work. And so you would go, and not only is it just terrifying in general because you hear sounds of whips cracking and children crying, "Mama, Mama," turning into, donkeys. That's already pretty darn dark. But towards the end, like you do in Pinocchio, Monstro rises up to swallow you, right? But I had never ridden it before, and also half the lights in that room specifically were not working. So all of a sudden you just enter a dark room and teeth and you're like really close and giant teeth appear like right in front of you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm riding Pinocchio at Disneyland. This is not okay. And so seeing this gives me visceral reactions back to that moment where I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, it's the same format of ride, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not going very fast,
Right,
and you're like, okay, a kid could do
it's
this.
It's a kid's ride.
And then it's absolutely terrifying. Yeah.
Yep. And for whatever reason, they decided to give Monstro very sharp teeth, and that's not okay. Not okay. The spooky narrator. This is awesome. Write that down. That's lore. Hey. Oh, there's more of the Harmony and Horror. I don't think that's from a previous one of his FNAF videos. Oh, a previous Battington video. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I think that's more Harmony and Horror style, but I'm not sure. Broken Freddy. Ooh. It's better than most jump scares in this franchise at this point. This is legitimately very unsettling. I would be very scared to ride this. Oh, that's from the bathroom. So that's actually from the previous, where are we at? Here we go. One of the previous, film analysis. One of the previous ones here, where it was Chica attacks him through the bathroom stall, right? Oh, I could dig around for it, but it's one that we reacted to before. But like the big twist, or like one of the big moments, right, is Chica is in the bathroom and you're hiding in one of the stalls, and Chica like finds you regardless. So that's a cool callback to that moment. And I think Bonnie was actually in the storage room too, so that one might also be a kind of another reference.
Oh, what's the matter? I thought you wanted an audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with the concept of Afton sounding that way.
Right? Forget the cultured British man who's like speaking with a classy accent in sister location. No, he's just like, oh shucks, I'm gonna kill you all.
Like, oh my gosh.
Right?
Hello?
It's a very different interpretation.
Like you see more of the madness in that.
Right?
What might have
100%.
compelled you to lose your mind.
Right? This is also, I mean, obviously it's like, oh, it's the tableau of the 5 kids that he kills, right? But this is also, I believe, a reference to one of the other previous Battington specific FNAF tapes where he reused, I think, this scene, or kind of like recreated this scene, because I remember it was very like disturbing to me. I was like, oh wow, that's terrifying that he did this with the small children's. Good reference to Night Marionette, actually. Oh, there you go, Night Marionette. There you go. Great, I see you. See, we're on the same wavelength. So they're putting their foot down, saying like this is 1987. Good. It's great comedic timing there. The bobbling hand. Oh, it's great.
Hey, broilers. It seems like we're experiencing a potential code yellow, but in the event that this is a false alarm, which is most likely the case, we ask that you please remain seated at all times, and the light should resume momentarily. That's all for now, folks. Scream on!
Scream on. What's a code yellow? Is that missing kid? Code yellow. There's something in the community that poses a threat to the school, but there's no immediate threat. So that's a high school code. Yellow code. Code yellow, emergency. Just curious. Code yellow is hospitals to indicate a situation with a patient or a visitor is missing. So it's either, hey, there's someone in the community that is in danger, or like there's something that poses a danger here, or in which case it would be like, the yellow bunny, right? Or in this case it would be a situation where a patient or visitor is missing or lost, which also would make sense. Okay, I like that detail. That's cool. Oh, George. I don't know if they're allowed to carry the camera this entire time. Yeah. How long do you sit here before you get up?
I really should have just begged Vanny to come with me, huh?
Vanny! I get it. I know what you did there. Right, how long are you waiting before you move on? This would freak me out.
Man, these guys are freaky.
This happened to me on Space Mountain one time, where like we were getting ready for Space Mountain and it just turned off to the side. And no one explained anything, and we were just waiting there in like one of the like behind the scenes areas, waiting for someone to like unlock us and let us out and inform us what had happened. And it's really unsettling when a ride doesn't do what you expect it to do, and you're just kind of like left hanging. Okay, so turn back
I
on.
hope Vanessa didn't leave without me.
I mean, presumably she might also be stuck on the ride with you. Huh, bud? She was only one car in front of you. Also, I think it goes without saying, but like the animation quality of this is fantastic. Like the fact that this is all done in animation software, it's incredible, right? This looks so realistic. The world is so well realized, so detailed. There's so much here. It's wonderful. And the fact that this was all like just imagined and created out of Battington's head.
Now we arrive at the
Ooh, demonic presence.
Introduce to you the strange wrap.
Oh, that's cool.
No one mentioned a drop.
Wait, what? There's a drop? No way.
Whoa.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that would be a huge twist if there was just a drop in the middle of this like dark ride.
Huh? Yeah, you did this room.
No.
Your man has been dying to eat you.
Oh, jeez. That's so unsettling.
Can't just reuse rooms. Easy, repetitive.
That's lazy and repetitive. I love that. What a good twist. Okay, so it was Bonnie in the storeroom. So it's, again, reference to the previous episodes that Battington put together. The Bonnie in the storeroom, that's where like there was a technician working on what's called Broken Bonnie here, removing the faceplate and all that.
Okay, I've already seen these guys.
Yeah, but who's missing? Who's missing? Oh. I love the use of the sound effect. Like, it's so, the attention to detail is so good, and Easter egg references like that
This room?
would be so cheesy, right? Because they're like cheesy sound effects, right? But they feel so organic in the world. They're really well utilized.
Kidding me? Again? You put me through the whole ride again just to break down in the same spot?
Oh, this is wild.
Great.
Yeah, George, you tell him.
Vanessa's really not gonna wait for me.
Yeah, Danny. So unsettling. This is so unsettling.
Wait a minute.
What's going on? What do you see? What was it? No!
Oh no, guys, watch out for the black light button. Oh shit.
Nope. This freaked me out. I'm not doing this, man.
Yes, just please let this end.
This is great. This is really, really well done. Very aggressive door opening. This sort of like approach too makes Springtrap really threatening, actually. Like this build up and him framed this way makes him really scary.
Allow me to introduce to you the strange wrap.
He's just gone. Oh. That's not okay. No, George, no comment on that?
Okay, just one drop and everything will be fine.
Oh.
What?
And it loops around again.
No, 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 no! No, 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 no!
That's awesome. At this point, you're popping out of your seat, right? Like, yeah. At this point, you're like, hey, I'm jumping out of this thing and I'm getting out of here, because it's established that he's able to get out of his seat. Right, especially if I'm not. Ooh, wait, was the cupcake there now? Was he there before? I guess he's been there. Yeah, I'm starting.
Haha, real funny, guys.
This would be so unsettling. Oh.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
No.
Scary, okay?
Right? It is. For a long time, actually, we partnered with this team who did the Blackout scary experiences for Game Lab back in the day. And you read about these like really intense haunted house experiences and these really intense like horror experiences where people come in and they like create these really intense scenarios for you, and they're really frightening and really traumatizing. Or you have the McCamey Manor stuff where it's like we're just gonna like torture you for a while and you're gonna pay us for it and good luck. I don't know. I've always been really fascinated by a lot of the like horror experiences that I would never in a million years do, and that are way too extreme and really like not great. Like I don't love the fact that those exist, but I get why people like, oh, I want to push myself and see how scary I can get it. For a long time, I said that the scariest haunted house though would be like this non-haunted house where you get stuck in a line and you get brought to a waiting room with a bunch of other people, and then all of a sudden like you're left there and the people that you're in line with are plants in some way, and and all of a sudden it becomes like a kidnapping situation or like some crime, like some really intense crime goes down, and you know, guns come out and whatever, but like you still think you're in line with a bunch of like normal people, but you're trapped there with other people who are actors and plants, and you're the one who's kind of like truly in the horror experience. And then eventually like you have to figure out a way to wind it down or whatever, but it's that idea of like, oh, this is a normal situation, I'm surrounded by normal people, you're in a completely normal looking room, but all of a sudden like stuff goes down and it feels real because to your knowledge it doesn't have the trappings of like horror and spooky and monsters and whatever. It's like, oh, because the scariest things are the things that feel real and mundane, right?
It's like a murder mystery party, but someone did not get the memo.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? It's like if someone has like a medical emergency right next to you, that's about as right? That's about as scary as you can get. Like, oh my gosh, please someone help this person. Like I didn't expect this to happen. Ha! And I that's part of the like the whole that's just a prank bro thing, which I don't love. But like if you're in line for a horror like haunted house experience, that's about as intense as you get.
I mean, it would probably feel traumatic in the moment.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You would need them to get to sign, because it would probably be traumatic, and that's why you'd have to get people to like sign away. Like, hey, you're gonna enter a really scary thing. We're not responsible. Here you go.
I mean, you're right, and it's so funny because this went in a completely different direction than what I thought.
Yeah, what were you
Because
thinking?
you said a non-haunted house.
Oh yeah.
And I thought you meant
like mundane, like in an office setting, like.
No, I thought when I heard non, I must be hungry. I was thinking about the bread that usually comes with Indian dishes.
So just floating like flatbread, like some of it's sprinkled with garlic, some of it's like buttered naan.
Yeah, or you ordered
curries
some food.
Everywhere.
Curries everywhere.
That's a very different non-horror experience for sure. I have nothing to dip into my curry.
No!
Oh, you monsters! Let's return to George, shall we? Let's see how George is doing. But anyway, the long and short of it is, as he kind of goes through this a third time, that idea of there is a certain comfort that we have when we know that something is meant to be scary or has that heightened level of disbelief. Whereas, turn back. It says turn back. Oh no, the puppet's trying to talk to us. Sadly, the puppet does. Sadly, George does not have closed captions turned on in real life. He can't listen to you, puppet. Only I can. You got to get out of here, man. Get out. Leave this place. Groan.
He grew. George, I'm so proud of you. He's big enough to ride the roller coaster now.
Yes, you would think that, right? Oh, staring at him. Oh no. Derek's not behind all
I
this.
don't think he could do that, bestie.
No, I don't think you're doing it, man.
Anyone back here?
I mean, see, but this is again, like, you think that things are supposed to go one way. Like, what if this was all part of the horror experience? That's the meta.
Funny anymore.
Mature stream.
It's not funny anymore.
It's funny in that sort of like, I'm laughing nervously. Can you get out by going through, like, that's the opening scene. Can you go reverse? It's the result of the drinks we had earlier. Yes, clearly that's what it is.
Have you noticed the changing timestamps on the VHS?
I
Because
haven't.
we were in the 30s and now we're back to 27.
Oh, that is interesting. I had noticed that it was up there, but I wasn't specifically paying attention to the time codes. Yeah, so is it going back? Or is it jumping around? 26. 25. Was it? 25 here. Do you think that's just a continuity thing? 35. 24.
Because it loops back around when you get to the
back around
front.
over and over again. Oh, that's interesting. So he himself is like in a time. Is this a time travel ball pit situation?
No. This isn't even into the pit. It's into the
Dark ride, yeah. Is this a time travel dark ride
into
that we're
the
dealing
coaster?
with? Into the coaster. Oh, we're dealing with time traveling ball pits, aren't we? That's what's going on here this whole time.
Most likely isn't real.
Most likely isn't real.
It's just a result of the tricks we have.
Most likely. Remains to be seen. I could try this. I was just attracted to the fact that he told me to try this. That was, I don't know, he brought me down to the related videos, it's fine. I was intrigued. When it was like, try this, I'm like, okay, why not?
Bridges falling down, falling down.
Oh, London Bridge.
Falling down, London Bridge. What the fuck?
Stop! Get back here and get me off this ride!
Yes, strange bunny person. Hey, it's a new location.
Stop running away.
Wait, you have no reaction to the fact that you went through this door once and it was a loop, and now you're like, also he's running out of battery power in a hurry.
That isn't looking good.
He needs a recharge.
No,
And it looped. I saw it.
And it recharged.
Yeah, and it recharged too. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. Is he gonna punch him? Oh no. Huh. So the battery recharges. So everything loops and starts fresh except for him.
Please don't shut down.
What do you? Dude, it's gonna. Insane. The real insane one is George. The fact that you expect it to be different this time. I'm gonna have to censor this one a fair bit. Apologies.
Sorry, Shannon.
Yeah. Apologies to Shannon. Gonna be lots of censoring. This one's a bit too mature for us. Is he pushing it forward? That's an interesting interpretation. Like, hey, if I move this forward, we'll get past it. It's not making it very far, very fast. George, not the strongest. Shouldn't have skipped leg day, honestly. But he could relive arm day over and over again by doing this. Now we're watching Skinamarink.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I see a shadow of something spooky. Ooh. Ooh, he pushed it forward and made the lights go out. So alarming. I hate this. This is terrifying. Like, the idea that you would be in this situation is horrific.
Hey!
Hello.
Stop!
Oh! That's nuts. That's nuts. What a twist. This is all the horror experience. This is it. You got the premium ticket. People pay extra for this service. Oh. You ever watch The Game?
I just lost it, but no, what's the game?
I'm sorry, I know.
Yeah,
well,
it's okay.
The Game, it's I highly recommend it. It's one of these sorts of movies where it's all like what's real, what isn't, what is. It's one of those movies that I think was way ahead of its time, where it was questioning like it's very meta. And I don't want to talk too much about it.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a bit dated at this point, but it's one of those that like gets you to question like where the edges of reality are. And, a guy signs up for an experience.
Ooh.
And an experience happens, how far that experience goes is up for debate.
In terms of an experience.
Yeah.
What kind of, because there's
A
like
game. He signs up for a game.
a game experience.
A game experience.
Because there's like horror experiences.
Yeah.
There's Willy Wonka experiences that we have previously seen. So experience is way too broad at this point.
unknown. Oh no, look, it's the unknown. Oh no!
The evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls.
Just the saddest of Oompa Loompas. Just give me my jelly bean and a half, please.
Just quarter cup of lemonade.
I just want a jelly bean.
Give me the one bean.
Just want my $40 jelly belly. I love that. We should react to that. That's what I want to react to.
The Willy Wonka experience. We can make it happen.
Okay, we can make that happen.
Oh,
Great.
we'll do it.
Innovation that excites. All right, let's see what's happening to poor George. This is wild. I love this.
Don't move, please. Don't move.
Huh, so okay, he's broken the loop, it looks like. And technically, based on the time code, he's got like, what, 15 to 20 minutes before
Another
it
door.
loops again? Get going, man. Go. Speed run this. Oh, yeah, I'd be worried about that thing, too. This is fantastic. I'm so excited to see where this goes.
It's all fake.
Is it?
None of it is real. It's nothing but props, costumes, and cheap scares.
Oh, I would say this is not cheap scares. Like, this would be pretty viscerally terrifying, actually.
Out.
Stuck in a time loop. A bunch of animatronics, a robot that's literally like trying to run away from me.
God, it's freezing in here.
Huh, that's an interesting detail. No lie. I see some purple in the distance. Threatening purple.
There's a light.
Purple light. A light not to be trusted. A light that has universally told me that
Need.
it's evil. Springtrap.
Oh my gosh. We've watched part of this sequence before, I think, right?
I was gonna say this looks familiar.
Like it had Springtrap, and then he just kind of like latched
And
himself on the
he
cage.
shakes in, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Right? Yes. I don't know if we saw. I believe again. Was that another Battington one?
Yeah, I think so. It was at the very end
It was-
of one,
Was it, or was it like early one? Late.
or just like its own little video.
There. This one.
Yeah.
This is it. Good memory. Hey there, kid. So they have really kind of kept it fairly consistent with the voice. Don't let me. Just a puppet. Oh, oh, so scary, so intense. Oh boy. And now we're going in to see that thing. So that's, with that context out of the way, enjoy. Yeah, this is the route you're gonna take through this little haunted experience. Okay.
Why would anyone need a
Oh. Oh my gosh. I feel the literal chills.
Vanessa?
Oh! Oh my gosh! No! And birth it. Oh, it did birth it. I thought it was like actually joking. Like, I thought it was a misspelling. I thought it was like breathing noises or something. But
no.
it literally was birthing noises. No way. Go, dude. I do appreciate in this world that, canonically speaking, Springtrap is born out of a giant Freddy head and not out of my stomach, like it is in the books. If you know, you know.
That's a welcomed retcon.
Yes, I think that was a good creative choice. I did not like the impreg stories that were happening with me in Springtrap. So good creative choice there, Battington.
Come on, please. Get
No way. No. What are you doing, man? Why are you? Yes, let's hop on the slow-moving tram, you idiot. Of course, it's gonna catch up to you. Oh no. Yes, you've ridden this ride 3 times, sir. You should know its relative speed.
Holy shit. Come on. Move.
No. No.
No. Not again.
No, it's different because the time's still going. And its battery hasn't reset.
Where the hell am I?
You're back at the beginning, man. Go.
I'm outside.
Oh man.
Please, stop. Please stop.
Go, get off it.
Get out of the cart,
You
dude.
have agency here, sir.
Oh my God.
You have agency.
Stopped.
Yeah, go. You idiots. Leave this place. Yes.
Please.
I can leave.
Go forth. Stop. Leave. You idiots. He's like, maybe I can go around one more time.
I jumped the rails.
Hello?
He's like, I need to respect the queue.
No. No.
You are more nimble than
Now,
the.
why won't you just let me leave?
You seem to refuse to leave, sir. Please get out of here. Also, Springtrap has a very intense scream. What are you doing?
God.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh! Not the twist that I expected. Getting taken out by the next cart. Sir, you only have yourself to blame for that one, let's be honest.
Poor Georgie.
That was fantastic. Oh, clap and a half. That was wonderful. That was so scary. Oh, CB Voices is Broken Freddy. See, that's why you have to keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times until it comes to a complete and final stop.
True. I will say,
Yeah.
I admire George's commitment to media.
That he was filming it the entire time.
His aim was impeccable.
It's true.
That camera movement was phenomenal.
Right? Like, I grew up with those handheld cameras, and my parents, man, some of my home videos, unwatchable.
Just, yeah.
You know, here's Matthew at his elementary school play. It's like, why are you moving? Why is all this movement happening? What's going on? It's a stationary play. You have a tripod. What's going on? Maybe that's why I went into making videos. That must be it.
Yeah, it's to resolve those traumas.
To correct the sins of my past.
Yes,
that's what
exactly.
It is.
Breaking the family curse.
Right, that's what it is. teaching the next generation of Patrick that this is how you make a camera stable.
Exactly.
That must be it. Oh, this was fantastic. And hey, we got through the whole thing. Good for us.
I cannot believe we did that.
I mean, it was really compelling.
It was.
And also, I didn't have to go frame by frame to pick apart stuff. There was like, hey, that's from a previous video. Hey, that's from a previous video.
Yeah.
Done.
Very rewarding to be a longtime Battington viewer and to
Right?
catch all those Easter eggs.
Sometimes sometimes it's fun to just sit there and enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's what we were able to do today. It's pretty cool.
Just sit and reflect and take in the moment.
Yep.
Remember it vividly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
just like that.
That was great. It was a beautiful thing. So anyway, that is the horror attraction by Battington. Again, I cannot wait to see what else they have in store. Like, every upload that Battington does is fantastic. Like, it takes a while between them, obviously, because the amount of work that you can see that goes into all of these. But man, just really top quality. And now I'm really excited to see what John FNAF's video is. So who knows? Maybe that'll be coming out next time.
Woo!
Who knows? For more FNAF content here on GT Not Live. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Ash, for engaging on this chapter and starting this new chapter with me.
Of course.
And I will see you all in the next video. So until then, my friends, remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!